One of the biggest, if not the biggest criticism so far of Halo Infinite from the wider community has been the progression system. A lot of people aren't a fan of the progression system, whether it's the challenges that you're being forced to do in order to make any progress on the battle pass, the fact that there's only a battle pass and no overarching experience system, or people that don't mind the concept of the challenge system but just hate some of the challenges you have to do. Whatever it is, there has been a ton of criticism toward this progression system, and that's not even going into the customization system, which is a whole nother rabbit hole. Today though, we're going to be talking the progression system again. I mentioned it in my last video and I kind of gave my thoughts on where we were at, but 343 actually came out and they're doing something good here and they're taking some of my feedback, and so I want to talk about that. So the way it was working before is there was the battle pass that had up to 100 levels. The only way to level up on the battle pass was to complete your daily challenges, which included playing matches, but usually this was like finish 3 matches. And then you also had your weeklies, which were specific things like get kills with the commando, or get assault rifle kills, or kill people with the brute chopper. As you completed these challenges, you would then get experience points that would go through your battle pass, and that was basically it. You could use experience boosters that would get you bonus experience from your challenges, but besides those challenges, there was no other system of progression. A lot of people criticize this because they wanted to be able to gain experience just by playing, because there are some major flaws to having a challenge only system. One, it forces you to play in a specific way. If all of your challenges besides those dailies, which weren't really giving that much experience, had to do with maybe playing BTB and you didn't want to play BTB, you couldn't make any progress. Or even if you were going to go play BTB, let's say you had the challenge to get kills with the shade turret. Well, the shade turret's only on one map. So if you don't get that map in matchmaking, or you don't get a specific game mode tied to a challenge, which is hard because you can't actually choose what game modes you're queuing up for, then that game would be completely wasted progression wise. Sure, you still get to play the game and you do still get progress toward your dailies, but you wouldn't make any progress on your weekly challenges, which is where you're going to get the main portion of your experience and make your way toward the capstone reward, which is the cool reward every week you get if you finish all your weeklies. 343 had already come out and said that they were evaluating feedback and they were going to come up with a new idea, and it seems like they've come up with a solution, albeit sort of a band-aid solution. So what they're going to be doing, if we look at these tweets from Unyshek, is they're going to be adding a play one game challenge that's going to constantly refresh. So basically now you're going to get experience every single game, like you sort of would if you just had a normal experience-based system with challenges on top. The only downside to this is you're still not going to get any additional progression based on your personal performance. It's just going to be ultimately finishing the game. They are also luckily adjusting and fixing bugs with some of the challenges, as I don't know about you guys, but I have multiple challenges that completely bug out and I can't make any progress on them even if I know I finished them in game, which was super frustrating. So they're going to be fixing some of those bugs, and they're also removing some of the weekly challenges based on feedback. Hopefully the shade turret one is gone because that one sucks, but I'll be interested to see what challenges are all still there after this is all said and done. Basically, Unyshek is saying that these tunings to challenge difficulty are going to help you progress weekly challenges faster and thus directly speed up your progress through the battle pass, which is another thing a lot of people have been criticizing. So for example, I bought the expensive battle pass, which does give you 25 levels. I'm about level 25 now, and I have 22 hours in Halo Infinite. Like I said, I'm not going out of my way to finish the challenges. I mostly have been playing ranked, but it is kind of weird to think that I have 22 hours in the game and I've basically leveled up 5 times. Unfortunately, doing this, they are going to have to reset challenges, which includes resetting your progress toward weekly ones that you have in progress. But to make up for that, they're going to be giving everyone the ultimate reward, which is that visor you would have saw in the store, to anyone that logs in between November 23rd and the 30th. Additionally, they're also doubling the duration of double experience, and it'll now last 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. Hopefully eventually this only ticks down in game. Currently it does still tick down when you're in the menu or in matchmaking. Along with this, they're going to be watching these changes closely to make sure they have a positive impact on progression, and Unyshek reiterates that this is only their first step and they are committed to continue evolving these systems, but it will take time. And then they just say keep the feedback coming, and obviously mention that this is a beta. So is this solution perfect? Obviously not. In my opinion, like I said, I would want a normal system where you get experience based on playing games, finishing games, your personal performance in the game, and then you would have your challenges on top of it. But this is a pretty nice band-aid, as you will now gain progress every single game, regardless of if maybe you queue into the wrong game type or the wrong map. I am glad that they're going to be quickly fixing some of those bugs with the challenges and even adjusting some of the challenges that just suck in general, and I'm optimistic that they'll continue to do that over time and maybe come up with new challenges that are a bit more fun and engaging than some of the challenges that we currently have. One of the biggest problems that I still have with this system that we have though is that with challenges being the only progression, you do have a bunch of people that are playing just to finish these challenges when you're playing big team battle and quick play, and sometimes when you're going for these challenges you are a detriment to your team, and since there's no incentive to actually win the game or anything, it can lead to some weird game situations. On top of that, Jerry Hook, who is the head of design at 343, also just chimed in to say the team has turned around the start of fixes for progression, and he goes on to say there's more to come as we go forward. So I'm interested to see kind of what 343 comes up with as a more permanent solution, but I do think this kind of works as a band-aid fix. I do really hope 343 is able to get this progression system right, because as I've been saying, and I'll say this in my video next week when I really get down into the nitty-gritty details and review Infinite, the gameplay there is amazing. The game is a lot of fun. It's just some of the stuff around the game that's kind of letting it down. The progression, the customization, which are tied hand in hand, and some of the other issues with the game like the constant crashing and whatnot. Anyways guys, that's gonna do it for the video. A quick and short one. I just wanted to talk about some of the changes that are coming to the progression system. Unyshek didn't say exactly when these are coming in, so by the time this video comes out, they might already be live. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys get through your battle pass a little bit quicker. And if you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And you can also follow me over on Twitter or Instagram. And with that said, I'll see you all next time.